Feet. Hi, my name is Cass. I'm in year 13 and I do manga/illustration. I did art GCSE, so we're with Gcses and we do coursework, which is basically a personal passion project, the ESA, which takes 3 months and you pick a specific theme, and gallery sketchbook. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it short so we won't be covering them today. Yep. Anyways, here's my GCSE sketchbook. This is my year 10 sketchbook. These are my first few sketches. Obviously not the greatest, but I think I've progressed far from that, so I'm very happy about that progress. Here's a still life that I've done, and these are ideas, so kind of like which artist was I interested in the most, so Tokyo Ghoul and Death Note especially. And this is my theme for, I guess, my line of inquiry during year 10 and perhaps year 11. I think we have to do another one for year 11, but I can't remember. Death Note artist Obata. Yeah, this was meant to be a waterfall thing, but it doesn't seem to want to work right now. So yeah, I really loved his art. The art composition, the colours are amazing. And I thought the same thing of Tokyo Ghoul's mangaka. It was really cool to see that. And another artist here. Okay, and then now we have an artist interrogation where I kind of copied their techniques. So here I really used Copic markers and I really just studied different objects and kind of understand how they like use Copics to make different shades and colours. So I was really interested in Misa's, heart box, apples, and how Takeshi Obata really drew the fabrics. So here I'm writing an essay, a critical study, kind of like analysing how he uses his techniques, kind of like the contextual background behind the artist. Yeah, I did write quite a lot. And here's my I think my first sustained piece. Nope, is my artist interpretation. So yeah. Here, this is where I started to really make my manga. So this was my first OC that I designed. Yep, that's Kenji and that's Surin. Yep, I'm really obsessed with tennis if you can't tell, and so I did my sustained piece on that. So this is just the beginnings of designing a manga cover, perhaps. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I did another artist study, critical study here about Jujutsu Kaisen. So I'm really looking at the manga techniques and also the way that he uses colour. So there we go. You have me doing ink studies, which is pretty good. And then when you turn over the page, I have one of my favourite characters, Yuta from JJK 0, and I really looked at the colours here and used a gradient map to really make that shine through. I know I'm skipping quite a lot, but here is my photo shoot, and this was very tennis-centric. Here I have my friend, and we took so many photos to use as reference for my upcoming manga, so I needed a lot of reference to, like make the panels look as real as possible. And she does play tennis as well, which is really helpful. And then here I experimented more with gradient maps. So yeah, and I asked this guy if I was able to take photos of him, and he kindly said yes. So there we go, that's in my sketchbook now. So yeah, that is that spread. And then here we have supporting studies. So I've been really experimenting with a lot of techniques here. So I used tracing paper and I printed manga like dots on them, and I kind of overlaid them, as you can see in this one, but this is more of a color gradient. So yeah, that was experimenting more with traditional mediums because I can't afford manga paper, like so expensive. Anyways, here's my sustained piece that I did during the summer of year 10. Yeah, my essay, it was really hard to read, but my art teacher read it anyways. Yeah, and this was the lead up to a piece, so I wanted to show like the difference between the two characters as I've shown you guys earlier, and kind of like I wanted to symbolize like two sides of a coin. So that's kind of what I did, and I kind of went full out with color to really show the dichotomy between the two characters' personality. So that's what I went for, and also the expression too, like if you see he's like nervous and excited, like / excited. But yeah, this is year 11 now. And here I'm really looking at manga, so this is what I'm really building my story up. And I really was interested in grayscale and especially neoclassicism. I thought that was really interesting. So I focused on this artist called Moku Moku Ren, who's the mangaka of like the summer Hikaru died, I think. And so I studied their techniques and mainly like the ink techniques, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Here is an essay about the artist studies. So I was really interested in how they use screen tone and kind of hatching. So yeah, that's what I did. Also, here's an artist interpretation where I studied their techniques and really applied it. Yeah, this is page 4 of my manga. So yeah, but you'll see it more in depth later. I did another photo shoot because in art GCSE you really need to like have so many primary sources, so taking photos around you in real life. So that really helped me to shape my manga and kind of like draw the panels as realistically as possible. So yeah, I'm really grateful to my friends for this, to be honest. Here I'm expanding on my characters a little bit more. I have Hussein, who's my new character. I love him, he's so pooky. Look at the grayscale, I love it. It looks really good in my opinion. And I have Surin as well. And this is oh yes, this is my manga style, so how I wanted to, you know, how I wanted my manga to look like. A charcoal drawing, but I photocopied it because I don't want charcoal going everywhere. It's more like realism, for sure. And if I turn over the page, ta-da! More grayscale, and more grayscale manga panel-esque stuff. So yeah, I was really branching out and trying out different types of like collage. So yeah, that's Hussein and his camera, he's so cute. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, moving on to the next sketchbook. This is Chunky. So we have another artist study by a mangaka called Zach as well. So I mainly found this artist from Pinterest, and I just really loved their style. So that's what I decided to study on. I really liked the way that you use the G pen, like the ink pen. So yeah, here's my artist copy. Yeah, I copied a lot of their techniques, a lot of their style, and yes, that's Marinette from Miraculous Ladybug. I had a really, really bad phase, but yeah, I just really liked, you know, practicing my inking using the character, I guess. And that's Kenji again, my MC. Yep, that's Kenji again, and this is the first page of my manga. Yeah, it was really hard inking that one. And that is my storyboards from pages 1 to 10, but the blue tack is being a bit annoying, so sorry. So I took more photos. This is supposed to be another photo shoot. So yeah, I've been taking a lot of photos and kind of like studying the composition. This is a lead up to like another artwork as well. So yeah, that's my camera roll. I was very creative with my art GCSE, you know, having interactive, I don't know, spreads. But yeah, here is my 2 OCs. They're drinking bubble tea at the market. This, I guess, in my world, this is how they would spend their time outside the tennis court. So these were my first few drafts, how I was gonna draw it. It was very hard drawing this because I've never really drawn I can't even grammar. Drawn a proper like background, so it was a bit hard. And I just showed my layers, showed my process, and also some sketches to go along with it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then this is Hussein again, my favourite OC, he's so peaky. And on the left is acrylic, on the right is gouache. So I really like gouache, to be honest, it's one of my favourite mediums. We have a manga panel here. Here is another, ooh, that was a bit fast. But here we have another sustained piece that I did, and kind of using drawing paper, tracing paper to like layer on top. So that's exactly what I did, and grayscale the background and the photos I've taken earlier. And here's my manga! Yay! It was like 48 pages, I'm pretty sure. But this is just one chapter. So this is a prologue, so the first few chapters. It's a bit boring, to be honest. It's just Kenji winning a tournament. That's him. And then I started to be more creative, and I started to like including blue, and I was very inspired by that really green lesbian manga. I can't remember what it's called. I don't really know, to be honest. Help. So yeah, a lot of manga and a lot of hard work and a lot of blue. And there we go, Kenji has an injury. Oh well. So yeah, that's basically where chapter 1 ends off at the moment. I also have my character sheets. These are the new improved character sheets I did in year 11. More character sheets. Yeah, printed in large, I suppose. Oh yeah, sketch and rendered / finish. More artworks of Kenji that I could put during the beginning of chapters. I really like the idea of having like fully like coloured artworks. Yep, analysing my art style, and here is my one shot about Hussein and his love for astrophysics because he's such a nerd. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my year 11 GCSE. On to the next one. This is my ESA. So this took me around 3 months to fully come together, and I kind of wanted to stray away from tennis. So here I looked at, my theme was fabrics, and I wanted to look at the Renaissance, kind of like using Christianity and like grayscale, and kind of how I can incorporate it into my own artworks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Did some line of inquiry, kind of like what I wanted to achieve out of this kind of 3-month project. So yeah, I started off with drawing David, of course, and then with this I used acrylics, and this I used digital, so I was focusing on grayscale. This was my first like critical study, artist interpretation, so I was painting Kenji and like neoclassical like art style fabrics again, experimenting with patching, and then Caravaggio and some more classical pieces during the neoclassical era. Yeah. School of Athens I love, because I love philosophy, haha. And then introducing another character, Amaryllis. So this is my character, Amaryllis. She's Catholic, and she has a hard relationship with religion, essentially. So I begin to explore that a bit deeper. So I have fabric with the apple, and then I incorporated like a still life of the Bible, like still life photograph, and then I kind of like painted it out. It was really fun to paint, and this is an oil work, essentially, and that's my process. Yep. Alright. Oh, I love this photo shoot. It's genuinely my favourite photo shoot ever. But it's essentially where, like, yeah, I just wanted my friends to cosplay Amaryllis, basically. And I kind of just, took a lot of photos of my friends, and then I drew them out, for example. Yeah, it's very cool. I like this tonal study. But yeah, I wanna do more art like this in the future as well. And this is another one of my sustained pieces with Amaryllis talking to someone in confession, and basically a priest, which you'll see later, like literally in a second. So yeah, I really like the flowers, how the colours turned out. It's very warm. Here I did another artist copy, another artist piece. I can't exactly remember the piece name, but I will put in the subtitles. Here's Rue, another OC, who is indeed a priest, and that's him as one of Caravaggio's boy, one of that that photo/painting. So yeah, I kind of studied a bit more about neoclassicism and kind of how they used painted fabric. This was in digital media. So yeah, I really like the folds in this one, especially on her hair, but I wasn't really a fan of how I painted her face, but I think I can improve on that next go, probably. That's Rue again, and that's the outfit that he wears as he's the priest. So yeah. On to the next one, we have basically the other side of Amaryllis's confession. And yes, I'm really such a fan of making dual or like two-sided aspects to a story. And so yeah, this is another study that I branched off. This was really looking at grayscale and kind of how I can add colour to it. So I was very interested in like the contrast between like the cool and the warm colours. This is one of my favourite artworks ever. It's a sculpture. I'm pretty sure it's in Italy. I can't quite remember what it's called because I'm in year 13 and I don't remember stuff in year 11. So I will put subtitles in. I wrote an essay about this and kind of like the contextual background as well. These are unfinished sketches, which is unfortunately like quite lost opportunity, but I had fun doing that. Rue again in his angel form. I need to expand on that a bit more, but yeah, I was also, this is a full circle moment, but I came back to Death Note, studied the composition for my final piece. So yeah, I was really experimenting with what I could do with the cross and Amaryllis' weapon, which is the scythe. And yeah, this is the final sketch before I head into the exam. So yeah, look at this big, fat, fucking artwork. Like, bro, I can't believe I worked on something that big. But yeah, it's my pride and joy, really. I mean, except for the fact that it's missing one of the gold strips. But yeah, I would say Art GCSE has been one hell of a roller coaster, but it has been so fun regardless. I'd say immerse yourself into it and really do a lot of annotations and have a vision and plan for what you do. Other than that, like and subscribe.